One of the recommendations indicated in the 2024 International Monetary Fund staff concluding statement of their recent Article 4 mission to St. Kitts and Nevis is that the country's citizenship by investment program should be further enhanced by the publishing of annual financial reports and data on CBI applications. When asked about this recommendation at his 7th March roundtable, Prime Minister Dr. Terence Drew believes that the government is already fulfilling the portion related to financial reports on the program.
So what the IMF is mentioning is that we have done work, as I promised we would do, to the point where I think St. Kitts and Nevis has some of the toughest legislation when it comes around to the CBI program. The last part now is, as we set it up, how are we now going to relate the information to the public? And that is the last part that we're actually working on. Why is it important? If you look at our budget and the audit report, the numbers from the CBI program are actually in there. The financials of the CBI program are already being reported because you have the budget and you have the audit report. They have to come in the budget. So if you look in the budget, 2023, 2024, you will see that information, the financials. The other part they're talking about, the nationalities and so forth, that we are actually putting in place. And I'm not just saying that. They said we have changed the legislation. They said we have put a board of governance in place. And they're saying that we need to do some more, which we, of course, have done a lot, and we will do more.
While some CBI financial information can be found in the audit reports, it is not necessarily presented in a manner that is easily identified and might be included together with other matters under the heading non-tax revenue. Glenn Bart reporting for SK Newsline.
The St. Kitts and Nevis Chamber of Industry and Commerce announced the election of Mr. Trevor Blake as its new president in his 75th year of service to the people of the Federation. Mr. Blake was elected along with the executives and directors at the Chamber's annual general meeting, AGM, on February 28th at the St. Kitts Marriott Resort. Joining Mr. Blake on the board of directors are Mr. Nicholas Menon, Vice President, Mrs. Marilita Percival, Treasurer, and Mr. Michael Davis, Immediate Past President. Mr. Mark Wilkin, Mr. Denrick Liburd, Ms. Sonia Parry, Ms. Natalie John, Ms. Starlina Rosary, Ms. Patricia Walters, Mr. Kevin Thompson, Mr. Mark Pennyfeather, who was elected on the board for the first time, and Mr. Kevin Taylor, Interim Executive Director. Upon assuming his new role, Mr. Blake expressed gratitude to the membership for their trust and emphasized the Chamber's pivotal role in guiding the local economy during these transformative times. Acknowledging the ongoing economic recovery efforts, Mr. Blake underscored the Chamber's commitment to fostering sustainable development and resilience.
In a few months, as the Executive Director in his opening remarks mentioned, we will achieve an important milestone, as we mark our 75th anniversary in June. This is no mean feat. On the contrary, it is a remarkable achievement and one that we must celebrate fittingly at the appropriate time. Milestones, however, are not just for celebrations and merriment. A milestone, especially as insignificant as a 75th anniversary, also provide an opportunity for introspection, for reassessment, and refocus.
The AGM's featured speaker, Prime Minister Dr. Terence Drew, emphasized the government's commitment to partnership with the business community through the Chamber. Prime Minister Drew conveyed his vision for sustainable development through collaboration with all sectors of society.
Full recovery will require a coordinated and adaptive approach that addresses not only the immediate short-term needs, but also to build long-term resilience and sustainability. The Chamber must therefore position itself to play an integral role in this and the pursuit of the recovery, not just in continuing but intensifying our consultative and advocacy activities to promote sustainable development of our Federation. We heard the Prime Minister, who has again opened the doors for partnership with the Chamber, and we will accept that and do our utmost to ensure that we could do our part in promoting the sustainable development of our Federation.
The AGM's featured speaker, Prime Minister Dr. Terence Drew, emphasized the government's commitment to partnership with the business community through the chamber.
We recognize that sustainable development can only be achieved through collaboration and partnership with stakeholders from all sectors of our society. The Chamber of Industry and Commerce, as a vital pillar of our economy, plays a pivotal role in shaping policies and initiatives that foster economic growth and prosperity. Your invaluable insights and expertise are instrumental in guiding our efforts towards a sustainable future.
The Prime Minister joined the event virtually from the CARICOM Heads of Government meeting in Guyana. Outgoing President Michael Davis, in his closing remarks, extended his support to the new executive team and expressed gratitude for their collaborative efforts during his tenure.
I extend a heartfelt appreciation for all your support. Let's embark on the next chapter with renewed vigor and collaboration, confident in our ability to achieve greatness together. Thank you.
The Chamber of Industry and Commerce said it looks forward to a successful year ahead under Mr. Blake's leadership as it continues to promote sustainable economic development of St. Kitts and Nevis. I'm Andre Huey for SKN Newsline.
So the reason I love the cable, the prices are reasonable and affordable, and they give back so much to the community and the country.
It's the event of the year when Gospel Outreach Ministries present Jesus Party Sunset Cruise on Sunday, March 31st at 5 p.m. on the Prince Devontae J, featuring M1, Roots Gospel Band, and Tehila. Tickets $60. Call 663-1528 to purchase your tickets. It's the Jesus Party Sunset Cruise, March 31st on the Prince Devontae J, leaving the marina at 5 p.m. Don't you miss it.
In the city. Just in the city. In the city. Just in the city.
Coming out of the recent CELAC summit held in St. Vincent and the Grenadines, Prime Minister Dr. Terence Drew said Haiti's situation is occupying the attention of leaders in the region. According to the St. Kitts and Nevis Prime Minister, the situation in Haiti, which took a turn for the worse when Haiti's Prime Minister was refused entry into his country, has the potential to impact the entire region in a negative manner, and it was important that the Haiti crisis is resolved.
Now, when we left the meeting, President Henry, who was in the meeting, I think had to travel to Kenya. And so when he would return, you see the reports, or you would have seen them, that he was being denied entry back into Haiti. And that, of course, took the whole matter of Haiti to another level. So there's tremendous negotiations going on. But those are the two fundamental objectives that are being sought presently when it comes to the issue of Haiti. The issue of Haiti is very important. Haiti has more people than the rest of CARICOM put together. The rest of CARICOM include countries like Jamaica, Trinidad, and Guyana. All the other islands in between, or countries in between, put together, their population, I think, is not even half of Haiti. But Haiti's population is significantly larger than the rest of the CARICOM put together. And so if you have an unstable Haiti, it has the capacity to destabilize the region just by the sheer number of people who would be involved and if people looking to move out of Haiti in large numbers. So Haiti's stability is our stability. You cannot have an unstable Haiti in a stable region. It does not work. So we have to make sure that we achieve the goal of stabilizing Haiti. But of course, it has to be Haitian-led. Cannot be led by anyone else. Others will support.
The crisis in Haiti, if not resolved soon, is likely to result in increased migration as affected Haitians flee for their own safety. Glenn Bart reporting for SK Newsline.
Nevis won the 2024 Leeward Islands debating competition recently as the team returned to a hero's welcome on Monday. Following an outstanding victory at the 52nd Leeward Islands debating competition, the LIDC 52, on March 3 in St. Kitts. LIDC 52 was held at the Royal St. Kitts Hotel Conference Room from February 29th to March 3. On Monday, Minister of Education in the Nevis Island Administration, Troy Liburd, led a large delegation to welcome the team back to Nevis when they arrived at the Wally Beach Pier. Here are highlights of the various matches that the Nevis team played to win the competition.
Information Science Network 2024 states that higher education is a gateway to knowledge, expertise, and innovation, which fosters a culture of research and intellectual curiosity. Therefore, AI is a barrier to the principles of academic discourse. Thus, the proposition called for the immediate ban of AI in higher education, as it, number one, threatens academic integrity, 2, dissipates critical thinking, and 3, develops dependency.
I have demonstrated the 3 R's of the Caribbean. Resilient, check. Responsible, check. Responsive, check. Are we perfectly prepared? Of course not. But who is? Nobody. The moot framers wisely acknowledged this by choosing the term adequately. Is our region adequately prepared? A resounding yes, and a yes we proudly stand by.
Sir, our stance is clear. Feminism historically and presently advances women's rights to achieve equality and is not focused on attacking men. Thus, we are in absolute opposition to the moot, as the feminist movement, 1, addresses systems and ideologies that obstruct equality for women. 2, is supported by major international organizations, and 3, is intersectionality focused. Moderator, the feminist movement has been a consistent voice for women's equality and one that has helped to achieve remarkable success.
Minister Liburd assured that the Nevis Island Administration, in conjunction with private sector partners, is planning further tangible gestures of appreciation for the Nevis debate team. I'm Andre Huey for SKN Newsline.
So the reason I love the cable, the prices are reasonable and affordable, and they give back so much to the community and the country.
It's the event of the year when Gospel Outreach Ministries present Jesus Party Sunset Cruise on Sunday, March 31st at 5 p.m. on the Prince Devontae J, featuring M1, Roots Gospel Band, and Tehila. Tickets $60. Call 663-1528 to purchase your tickets. It's the Jesus Party Sunset Cruise, March 31st on the Prince Devontae J, leaving the marina at 5 p.m. Don't you miss it.
Just in the city. Just in the city.
There are mounting concerns that Haiti's government is edging closer to collapse. Gang leaders are calling on the prime minister to step down. He's currently out of the country. They're predicting chaos if he tries to return. The CBC's Evan Dyer has spent time in Haiti, and he described the violence threatening civil rule.
Really, there doesn't appear to be anyone governing Haiti from the Haitian government itself. The police, of course, are trying to maintain a lid on the fighting, which in the last few days has displaced, I should say the last couple of weeks, has displaced about 15,000 more people in Port-au-Prince and is also threatening the airport. And in fact, the airport has had to close. The last commercial airlines flying in and out of Haiti had to suspend operations. The police and the army, which is a very small army that was just reformed after being abolished and defunct for many years, are trying to take it back. The airport is not actually in the hands of the gangs, but the gangs have positions where they're able to shoot at the airport terminal and incoming aircraft, and so it's just considered too unsafe. So the real cause of concern from the point of view of the Ariel Henry government is that they simply can't get back into the country. And that is because Prime Minister Ariel Henry traveled to Kenya in order to sign an agreement required by the Kenyan parliament before Kenya would agree to deploy police officers into the country. Kenya has offered to lead a multinational force to try to restore order in Haiti, and it's going to be joined by some Caribbean nations who are also going to contribute, such as Jamaica. But all of these countries have said that, that they want conditions to improve. They want the money that the UN has promised to pay to support this mission that's been offered by donor nations such as the US and Canada to actually be deposited in the bank before they will go. And on the way back from signing an agreement to allow Kenyan police to operate in Haiti, the Prime Minister's plane was diverted because the airport was lost. He was not able to land. He asked, we're told, the Dominican Republic for permission to land there, which of course shares the island of Hispaniola with Haiti. The idea being that he could land in Santo Domingo and then travel in the presidential helicopter into Haiti. But the Dominican Republic told him no. The Dominican Republic said its border and airspace with Haiti are closed and they will make no exceptions to allow Ariel Henry back in. No love between those two countries, no love lost, I should say, between those countries. The U.S. government has also refused to provide him with a military plane or escort to get back into Haiti, although we did just see the U.S. ambassador to the UN deny that they've told him to resign. There have been rumors that the U.S. has told him that he must go. Certainly CARICOM leaders, the leaders of the Caribbean community nations, appear to be giving him that message and telling him that if he wants their help to get back into Haiti, he has to recognize that his time is up. So Ariel Henry appears to have been deserted by his foreign backers, the ones who really put him in power, the governments of the U.S., the heads of the UN in Haiti, Canada, and so on, but also has really no domestic support at all. So it does appear very likely that the Ariel Henry government is now at an end. And so, Evan, what might come next? Well, there's a real vacuum of power in Haiti, and in fact has been for some time, because the country's been unable to hold any elections. So gradually, one by one, the mandates of every official in the country have expired, right down to the last 10 members of the Senate who still had a valid mandate. They've been essentially operating as unelected senators for the last couple of years. Every mayor in the country is in the same position. Ariel Henry himself has no democratic mandate. And his vice president, which is actually a very informal role, not recognized in the Haitian constitution at all, Emily Prophet, is also outside of the country. So there are people within the country who are angling to take power, and one of them is a former coup leader, Guy Philippe, who was involved in a coup that removed Jean-Bertrand Aristide from power about 20 years ago, who at that point did appear to have backing from the U.S., but who perhaps would be a little too controversial to step in now. But he returned to the country a couple of weeks ago and is angling for power. It's just not clear who is going to take over, but it does appear that the choice will be largely made by the foreign embassies, who pay the budget of the Haitian government, and the Haitian police, who are really the only force in Haiti that is currently capable of resisting, to some extent, resisting the gangs.
Opposition leader Alan Chasney has announced that a plan is being developed to establish a single body of opposition leaders from countries across the Caribbean. Speaking at the United National Congress's anti-crime town hall meeting in Trinidad on Monday night, Chasney informed the attendees that the idea was proposed by UNC's leader Kamla Persad-Bissessar, whom he described as a visionary.
Every attempt is made to silence the voice of the opposition as if we have no role to play in the governance of our countries. I'm here tonight to give her support and say to her that she is in the right direction. She is setting an example for all the other leaders of the opposition, that our job is not just to protest, our job is not just to oppose, but our job is to create platforms like today to give the people a voice to speak. In St. Lucia, we remind the government every day that while we have a parliament, there is one person or one group of people that the parliament must respond to, and that is the people's parliament.
Shasney emphasized the problem of crime in the region, stating that it should not be addressed on a national level. He pointed out that the gangs causing the most problems are regional and international networks with superior technology and weapons. Shasney called on leaders in the region to finance a regional security system that would cover all of CARICOM. The RSS is currently in place for countries in the Eastern Caribbean, such as St. Lucia.
How are you going to fight them by yourself in Trinidad and Tobago? How is St. Lucia going to fight them by themselves? How is St. Vincent or any other country in this region going to fight those institutions, those corporations of evil? How? They are bigger than all of us. They have more weapons and more technology than we have. And that is why, while I was Prime Minister, I supported the idea that each country should allocate $1 of its airport tax to go and support the RSSS, the regional security system. We must fund it where it becomes better equipped than the criminals. It must develop a border control.
Shasney stressed the importance of expanding the RSS, particularly as Caribbean nations prepare to introduce legislation to ease regional travel through the CARICOM Single Market and Economy CSME. For the DBS News World, I am Zin Romulus.
I love the cable because they really look out for different groups of people. I'm on the creative park, and they provide services tailored and dedicated to people just like me.
Introducing St. Kitts and Nevis's newest TV channel, Television Caribbean, TVC Channel 40, on the cable's Ultra TV. TVC promises to deliver the finest in television broadcasting in St. Kitts and Nevis and the Caribbean, with some of the best local programs in news, sports, and entertainment. Join us for Insights, where we delve into the lives of our guests.
Let me see what happens if I put this to it. Big explosion, like, okay, note to self, don't do that again.
Or get in-depth analysis on Newsline 360. We have sports, entertainment, and inspiration. It's all here on TVC Channel 40 on the cable's Ultra TV, on TelTV cable network in St. Martin, and on our website www.tvcplus.live. TVC Channel 40. See the difference.
Online radio has never been this great. It's Voice of the Caribbean Radio at voiceofthecaribbean.net. Tune into Voice of the Caribbean Radio for great Caribbean programs, news, entertainment, sports, and current affairs. Wake up each morning and be inspired with One Day at a Time with Kim Huey. Stay abreast with news across the Caribbean and internationally with the Caribbean News Hour, and be entertained with shows like Reggaeville, Caribbean Classics, and Jive Music Show. Visit our website or listen us on TuneIn Radio. There is so much more on Voice of the Caribbean Radio, reaching the Caribbean and beyond. Check website for program schedule.
The SKN Newsline website now offers you more news. Log on to www.sknnewsline.com for local, regional, and international news. You can also watch the latest newscast and keep abreast with news in sports, all from sknnewsline.com. That's www.sknnewsline.com. News at your fingertips.
I love the cable because they're real. What you see is what you get. No hidden agenda, no tricks, just real honest communication.
Israeli forces have raided several towns overnight in the occupied West Bank. In the northeastern city of Durba, several explosive devices went off during confrontations between Israeli soldiers and Palestinian fighters. At least one Palestinian man was injured. The Israeli forces were seen preventing an ambulance from reaching him. Zain Basravi is in Ramallah in the occupied West Bank and joins us from there. Good morning, Zain. The raids by Israelis do continue, and I suppose really the Palestinians can only sort of stand by and watch, because confrontation can not only be disastrous, but it can also be fatal.
That is exactly right. It's important to remind viewers when we report on these raids, and there's been dozens across the occupied West Bank just overnight. Chaos and mayhem once again, yet another night of it across the entire territory. It is important to remind viewers that it is not just what we see, armored cars rolling up and down streets. It is inside people's homes. It is what happened. It is like what happened here. 18 soldiers coming in, violating a person's home, violating their sense of safety, and completely trashing their home, their abode. What we're looking at here is complete destruction. There is not a single spot in this apartment that belongs to a single mother of three that has not been completely upturned. There are destroyed electronics, the total loss of which numbers in the thousands of dollars. Televisions, laptops, printers, iPads. They were searching for phones. They cut up the bottoms of sofas, and they just destroyed everything. They pulled cables out of walls. They destroyed, wall hangings. They ripped apart doors and door frames. They pulled all the things out of, pieces of furniture and just scattered debris all across this apartment. And the woman who lives here, when we showed up, served us coffee and was clearly no security threat, has not participated in any activism. She was simply living here with her 3 young children, the youngest of which was a 2-year-old little girl, obviously completely traumatized by the experience of having 18 fully armed soldiers breaking down her door and coming into her home. It totally shatters the sense of safety a person experiences from their home, and it is difficult to, you can clean up the mess, but how do you begin to pick up the pieces of the emotional damage that it leaves? And that's exactly what it's meant to do, leave lasting emotional damage. The reason they raided this person's home is because she had a friend visiting, a journalist named Bushra Tawil. Now, Bushra was first arrested when she was 18, arrested again now at the age of 30. One of 57 journalists arrested over the course of, since October 7th, over the course of the last 5 months, for reporting on prisoners and detentions. And what they told her friend was, this is happening because of your friend, and that is the reason that your home has been upturned. And it really isn't a security thing. It was really more thuggery. They even slashed the tires of this woman's car as they left. So these kinds of raids are not just meant to be security-oriented. There is clearly a bit of psychological warfare, a psychological trauma that accompanies these raids very purposefully every time they happen.
And for well over half a century now, we've heard that everyone is a potential target in the occupied territories. No one is safe anywhere in the area. But there seems to be, at the moment, Zain, a focus on students. Why?
Well, the focus on students is the same reason they're focusing on journalists. Really, anyone that can speak out, anyone that can document what is being done, any thinkers and doers, anything to suppress activism. What we've seen in Gaza, for instance, is a complete attack on their higher education systems. University professors killed, administrators killed, universities completely destroyed, nearly all of them. And what we're seeing here in the West Bank is 135 students at Birzeit University have been arrested since the war began, simply to suppress any campus activism. And what students and teachers and administrators are telling us, there's a clear effort to suppress higher education, to break down people's capacity to seek out schools, to seek out academic progress, kind of implement a forced brain drain on the Palestinian people.
Florida's spring break crackdown. It's the nation's #1 destination, and the governor is sending state troopers to hotspots along the coast, hoping to prevent the violence we saw last year. Victor Akendo is in Miami Beach. Good morning, Victor.
Good morning, George. Ocean Drive is quiet now, but that is going to drastically change in the coming days. For the visitors headed this way, the barricades will be up and the streets will be flooded with law enforcement from all over the state as Miami Beach implements their strictest safety measures yet. This morning, with millions set to descend on Florida for spring break, officials across the state saying not so fast.
Florida's a very welcoming state. What we don't welcome is criminal activity. What we don't welcome is mayhem.
After scenes of chaos last year that led to nearly 600 arrests and 2 deaths in Miami Beach alone, the Sunshine State is cracking down.
Hey, we need to talk.
This isn't working anymore. In a new ad, Miami Beach even breaking up with spring break.
And it's not us, it's you. We just want different things.
You just want to get drunk in public and ignore laws.
Maybe we can talk when you're done with your spring break phase. 140 state troopers now set to be deployed to spring break hotspots. And in the air, drones used to spot potential problems. Officials promising this year will be different. What makes you confident that this spring break will be different than previous years?
We have got a plan that implements components that we've never ever done before.
Miami Beach clamping down, warning visitors to expect curfews, early beach closures, and bag checks ahead of the first busy weekend. Business owners hoping for a safer spring break. What was spring break like for you last year?
Last year was a disaster.
A disaster.
I have, hopefully, will be better than last year. I hope.
And visitors can expect parking garages to be closed. Towing fees will be doubled. This weekend and the following are expected to be the busiest ones. The message from the chief: play by the rules or get arrested. Guys?
Yep, Vic, follow the rules and you'll be okay down there in Miami. Thank you so much for that.
Jones Group Sandy Point FC is on a mission. Return to the Premier League by the end of the SKNFA Division 1 League 2024 season. That was expressed by Sandy Point's coach Kenneth Douglas after the team won their first match of the season, which officially began on Tuesday, March 5th at the National Bank Group of Companies Technical Center in St. Peters. Sandy Point crushed KFC Trinity Challengers United 6-1.
Very, very good start. I'm very, very happy with my guys. This is exactly what we trained on the pitch, and they came out tonight and they did just that. I'm very, very happy for all of them.
Now, of course, the disappointment of last season of getting relegated. How is that being used to fuel the motivation for the team to qualify?
A lot of experience for us. We back down in first division now, and what we're going to do is to work even harder to get back up. We want to be down here 1 year, and 1 year only. We'll get back up to Premier next year.
Right. And in terms of what would you say is different this season compared to last season in terms of the players, the core players that you have this year?
Well, a few guys leave us, a few of the senior guys leave us and go on to Premier teams. That just happens sometimes, but we have some youngsters who are eager to play, and so they played tonight and played very, very well. I'm very, very happy with them. We're just looking to be better next time.
Meanwhile, Challengers assistant coach Clyde Herbert said this being the first game was used as an opportunity to see the quality of players they have for this season.
Well, I could talk about a lot that didn't go well, but it's the first game, so it's about seeing what we have and working from there on. But we just want the guys to come out to train and we move on from here.
What would you say is the difference between the team this year and last season?
We got more young, exciting talents that want to play the game. So once they come out, we work with them and we do what we have to do.
Last season you started off well, kind of faded off. What would you think you need to do this season to sort of build a momentum and keep it going and have a chance to qualify for the Premier League?
Just keep doing what we're supposed to do. Keep training, keep preparing every single week. Once we keep doing that every week, we're going to see the benefit.
This match followed the first match of the season at the same venue where Molineux dispatched off Connery Fireballs International 3-1. The Escanife Division 1 League continues on Thursday at the National Bank Group of Companies Technical Center with a double-header starting at 6 p.m. Defending National Bank Group of Companies Premier League champions Rans Village Superstars got their campaign off to a good start with a 2-0 victory over Hot Springs Bath United on Monday, March 4th at the Warner Park. Joseph Wilkes got the first goal for Village in the 63rd minute, followed by Kimari Rogers in the dying moments of the game, the 86th minute. Here are the highlights with commentary from Norval McCall and Phil Cooper on TVC Channel 40.
Just plays it to Wilkes, it's back to Henry. Henry looks for shoot. It's played out and it's on to Amni. Amni has the ball, he crosses it in. It's played in and it's a goal! It's a goal by Wilkes. Goloso. It's a one-time shot from the corner and Village, the defending champs, are now up 1-0 on the young Hot Spring Bath United. And you could hear the excitement of the fans that would calm the fans down a bit.
Bath United, Jeffers with the ball. He finds Williams. Williams with a left-footed shot coming off directly off the head, and Bartlett again. There is no one covering Bartlett. He just needed to take his time and get a shot on target, and he just hoisted it down Lozak Road. Bartlett is going forward. Another pass going to Richards. A left-footed shot, but it's wide off the target.
It's amazing the amount of space Village is offering.
Rogers is looking to shoot. The cross goal. Goalkeeper saves. Picked up by Henry. Henry puts it back in the middle, and this one is going to go in the back of the net. Cross into the back of the net. After the goalkeeper effected what would have been a good save.
Meanwhile, in the second match of Monday's doubleheader, SL Horses and Paul's United came from behind to defeat Skellig Garden Hotspurs 2-1. Both goals coming from St. Paul's top striker Keith Roy Freeman.
Petras picking up this one, looking for Clark, the number 17 on the left side. Petras trying to play with his number 30, but here's number 10, Challenger finding number 7, and this one is in the back of the net. In the back of the net goes Spurs very, very early. A pass from Challenger. He went on to his number 7 in Steve Archibald, and he put this one easily past Jamal. Yes, Kalanji skips past one. Looking to find, and Kalanji giving this one to Freeman, and Freeman trying a shot. Crowded out and held on tightly by Tuckett. You would want to think that Freeman would have done a much better job with getting that one in the back of the net. He was alone, but slightly off balance.
And goalkeeper was able to make a save, but at one point the ball was bubbling around in the box, and it was a scary moment for Garden, I suppose. No, but here they come again. Coming, and Freeman, as usual, as I said, his goal scorer supreme. Flashed that one to the roof of the net, giving St. Paul's the equalizer. Watch a goal that was.
Poor free kick that was taken earlier. There's Alves looking to clear his lines, and here comes Francis. There's a tackle, really strong tackle coming in by Adams for Spurs. But this is a long ball being played again, and this one over the head of Freeman into the back of the net.
After the match, coach Thrizan, leader of St. Paul's, said this performance was much better than the President's Cup loss on Friday.
I thought the game was much more better. I think though we need to finish with chances when we get them. But I think the game was a good game.
Coach Sinclair Morris of Garden Hotspurs said they have more work to do on the training pitch.
Well, overall, I think we played a great game. We look at the opponents, St. Paul's champion, and we matched them basically in the first half. Unfortunately, one of our players, which is Nevis, got sent off with a red card, unfortunately. But all in all, I think we did well for the first game, and we can see the lack of fitness from our team. But as I said, going forward, we plan to work on that portion of it.
The National Bank Group of Companies Premier League continues on Friday at 8 p.m. at the Warner Park.